Going to learn trigonometry exact values, specifically the exact trig values for a 30-degree angle. So we need to learn these values because it will enable us to do quick calculations, solve equations, and support graphing and geometric reasoning. It's also essential for higher mathematics. Let's start first with our prior learning review questions. Go ahead, pause the video, and answer the questions. Okay, let's see if your answers are correct. There you go. So, let's start first our discussion with what is a unit circle. Now, a unit circle is a circle with a radius of 1. Now, if we have, for example, on our unit circle, and we have here a right triangle, and on this side of your right triangle is 30 degrees, which means this over here is going to be 60, and this over here is our 90 degrees. And if this is 90, that means that this side of the triangle is our hypotenuse side, which is equals to the radius of the unit circle, which is equals to 1. Now, another thing that we need to also remember here is that point P with coordinates x, y here is also equals to point P represented by cosine theta and sine theta for x and y coordinates. Now, let us identify what would be A and B here if the hypotenuse of our triangle is equals to 1. So if that is equals to 1, then A here is equals to 1 over 2. And if A is 1 over 2, then B, which is equals to A times root of 3 here, would be root of 3 over 2. These values is what we will use now to identify what is sine 30 degrees and what is cosine 30 degrees. Sine 30 is just the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse side. So opposite side of 30 degrees is equals to 1 over 2, and the hypotenuse of our triangle is equals to 1. Therefore, the y-coordinate of our point P is just equals to 1 over 2. For cosine 30, it's equals to the adjacent side, which is root 3 over 2, divided by the hypotenuse side, which is equals to 1, or the x-coordinate of point P. This means that in quadrant 1, where we see 30 degrees, the exact values are root 3 over 2 and 1 over 2, both positive. The 150 degrees, since it is an angle with reference angle of 30 degrees, we are going to use the same value, but since it is in quadrant 2, then the signs would be negative and positive. And for 210 degrees, since that is located in quadrant 3, we are going to follow the signs in quadrant 3, negative x-coordinate and negative y-coordinate, but the same exact value. And for the last angle, the 330 degrees, which is located in quadrant 4, we are going to follow the positive x-coordinate and the negative y-coordinates for the exact values of sine 330 and cosine of 330. So, let us now check your understanding, filling out the exact values for 30, 150, 210, and 330 degrees. Go ahead, pause the video, and answer the question. Let's see if your answers are correct. There you go. So, for independent practice, let us find the exact values of sine 330 degrees and cosine 210 degrees. You may use the following techniques shown to identify the exact values without using the unit circle. Okay, let's see if your answers are correct. There you go. Sine 330 is equals to negative 1 over 2. Cosine 210 degrees is negative root 3 over 2. Now, as a challenge, you have there the exact values for 60 degrees. Cosine 60 degrees is 1 over 2. Sine of 60 degrees is root 3 over 2. Which angles have a reference angle of 60 and what are their exact values? The same also for 45-degree angle. So which angles have a reference angle of 45 degrees and what are their exact values? Let's see if your answers are correct. So, as a key takeaway for this presentation, the unit circle is a useful visual tool for remembering the exact trig values based on reference angles and their corresponding quadrants. Thank you.